Welcome to the lecture on France geography. We're going to learn a little bit about Franz Magalhaens and the pretentious geography of this nation that helped deliciously invent French fries, something that definitely helped save a bunch of people during the Irish potato famine. But enough about history. Let's focus on geography, what we came for. So diving right in, let's take a look and see what is the capital of France. Great question. The capital of France is called Je ne sais quoi. Very unique city. Statistically has a higher percentage of women named Jenna than most other cities in the world. That's a purely statistical happenstance. That was not planned by the parents of Je ne sais quoi or the PTA by any means. That's just happenstance. But let's take a look inside. So Je ne sais quoi is a very cute town with lots of little bistros. But let's see if anybody's around. Oh, hey, it's Jenna. I know her. She's a friend back from the old college days. That's Jenna's colleague, Jenna. And, that's my sister's friend named Jenna. What the heck? What are you guys all doing here? She wants a croissant. Oh, I love croissants. Je ne sais quoi. Tell me more. La croix. That's a good la croix. I love those. And, a croque pot. I love my Bob Ross croque pots. Those make the best happy little potatoes. Let me tell you about it. So that's enough. I think you guys are kind of getting the vibe of Je ne sais quoi. But let's move on to another French city. Let's talk about the second largest city in France. Now, this one's kind of an interesting one. It's named Déjà Vu.
It's Déjà Vu.
The interesting thing is, I kind of have a feeling I've already talked about this, but I doesn't matter. We're going to keep going with it. So, understanding Déjà Vu. This city, people are kind of confused. Getting into an in-depth conversation, people kind of look around. You feel like they're not 100% present in the conversation, as if their mind is elsewhere. It's not the best city to really become an academic or, if you want to be on time. It's just a city if you're kind of a little bit lost and confused all the time. That's the place to go. But yeah, let's go to another city. Let's talk about what does the smallest city in France look like? That's a great question. I get that question all the time. The smallest city in France is actually called Arvois. Very interesting city. I've only been there once. And by been there, all I did was enter. And then right away I was like, okay, #bye. Like, I'm not going to be here. Peace out. And everyone just kind of skedaddles on out. So very small town. Really not worth a visit, but good question. The next most popular question I get is, what is the fattest city in France? And that, I love that question. So the city of Bon Appetit, great city, great food, but large funky people. So French make fun of Americans for being fat. Americans make fun of French people in Bon Appetit because they eat the largest size foods and they are oversized plus to the max, like hella funky. So, if you like food, go there. But if you're trying to stay in shape, maybe not the best city to go to. Let's actually talk about a city that's hyper overrated and is actually statistically known as the most boring, unimportant city in France. And this is known as Paris, or as some people like to call it, Paris. People only pronounce it as Paris because it has no other value. This city is completely pointless, and they just need to try and attract some tourists, so they pronounce it in a pretentious way, and that's it. But Paris is literally a #bore. Like, there's nothing to do. It's just a bunch of city and buildings and streets, and that's it. Every person who I've ever met who's been to France told me to totally skip it, and so I would recommend the same to you. But you might be wondering, why is this the case? And that's a great question, and let's dive a little deeper into that. So we need to understand a little bit about the French culture. So the French are like mega lazy. So for example, they built this really cool like little mini tunnel for cars to drive through, but then they realized cars couldn't drive through it. And so instead of like retrying and actually giving it a second good effort and learning from their mistakes, they just left the damn thing. And now they drive around it in circles. Like, guys, you can maybe put some effort and try and fix it. So that whole kind of laziness and that architectural malaise just perpetuates throughout the whole entire city. Secondly, there's literally only one kind of cool thing in the city, and I'm using the word kind of very strongly here. It's called the Tower de Eiffel. All it is a random tower. It's just a building with lights in it. But guess what? You know what is another building that has lights in it? Kmart. You can literally go to a Kmart and you would feel like you're in the Eiffel Tower, or the Tower de Eiffel, as they pronounce it in Paris. So save your money. Don't go to France unless you want to eat some food at Bon Appetit, but that's about it. But yeah, that's kind of a quick intro to the French geography. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know if you guys want to visit. It's a great place to go, but all the cities are great, just some of them.